Cyberbrainer is an online training platform designed to help individuals and teams learn the latest technologies and become certified professionals, producing a comprehensive learning experience.
I can say module level information that you want to have it at a macro level and a macro level. All of this is core compensation, relevant information, alright. And why do we have functional areas over this? Functional areas are going to be any security or any configuration that I want to do. I can also do it at a functional area level. For example, let me open the functional area of core compensation. If you see, this particular core compensation functional area is going to contain multiple domains over there, and it may have so many business processes. So remember, in the business process, if you see at the top, each business process will have something called as functional area. Why we have this is, I can have the same business process triggered from multiple places. For example, when I'm doing a performance review for any employee, I can have a compensation change, which means that particular compensation change business process is going to be part of the talent functional area. And apart from that, I can have the same compensation change business process also initiated as a part of my compensation change, which is the compensation functional area. I can have the same thing triggered, or I can have two different instances triggered from multiple areas. Functional areas, a way of segregating your entire Workday HCM system into modules, specific areas, or values. That's the inner nutshell. That's what it is clear on what is a functional area. Functional area is nothing but which functional side of things that you are going to be actually operating out of. That is number one. See, all of these business processes or domains that you see is more in the compensation relevant area. And I put all of these domains in a compensation package. Okay. And to explain you a little bit more actually. Right. Was it coming me? Who was this question? Now when I go for any HCM implementation. Okay. So what happens is a client may implement one or more modules or one or more areas. Some clients may use Workday only for core HCM, which is to manage their day-to-day HCM operations. And they may have the payroll outsourced. For example, in your own organization that you might be currently working. Payroll may be outsourced with a third-party vendor instead of having it maintained in Workday itself. Which is you could be accessing a system like a Ceridian or an ADP or other systems to access your payroll information. In which case, what we do is when a client is going to be working or is going to be actually buying products out there, we are going to be saying that we are going to be implementing or we are going to be buying products based on the functional area that I'm going to be doing. Or at least are specifically only modules. You know, now we are saying about core HCM, which is our course right now. That is a foundation module for any HCM implementation. We have other areas like compensation payroll. Payroll is functional areas going to contain all the business processes, plus domains, which are specific to the payroll relevant area. Alright, so basically, this is nothing but the information relevant to that particular area that we are going to be seeing. So, for example, this is related to compensation and we are going to be seeing only the compensation relevant domains and business processes over here right now. We're not going to be seeing anything else outside of compensation and payroll. That's what a functional area is, and when we go for any implementation of the client is going to be actually having more number of products added or reduced from time to time. You will be operating out of the functional area, which means they may say that from tomorrow onwards. I'm going to be actually saying that core compensation is going to become redundant. So I can manage it from another third-party vendor or third-party system. I could say recruiting is going to be becoming redundant. I can say payroll is going to become redundant. I can do anything and everything that I would like to. Alright, clear on this, clear on what exactly is the purpose. Yeah, everybody is function area. Clear? Any questions over there? Alright. So, like I said, functional area is nothing but a module-specific one, and I can have different domains and business processes. I can have a collection of domains and business processes in my functional area, and that is why we divide each and every Workday or each and every HCM module into functional areas. Alright, that is number 1. Number 2. When I go across to my domain, I have several things over here. First is going to be the domain description and, most important of all, is going to be your domain domain security policy, which will be seen next. And we also have functional areas where we've seen what is the function area this particular domain is going to belong to, and I also have subdomains. Alright. So, for example, if I read some of these subdomains. So here I've seen that this is worker data compensation, but I can have subdomains over here. The purpose of all of these subdomains is, if I go across to my worker profile, I have total rewards, compensation. They change history. Reinvestment, 11 plans, stock portfolios, everything else. I'm going to be splitting all of these into smaller units. That is where all of these comes in. Why? Because I can have one entire policy for the entire compensation information, but at a micro level I can also control who can view what information at a micro level. For example, like I said earlier, just the stock portfolio alone can be hidden from certain people. And again they change history. So, like I said, domains are nothing, going to be smaller chunks of information. This entire compensation that we see over here. You can just assume this to be an entire domain and subdomains, going to be all of this information. Your compensation packages. Grade profiles, assignments, your basis pay, your pay, change history, stock options, rewards, all of these can be subdomains in your employee or worker compensation domain. Clear on this? So if you see over here, I have pay range, plan, type grades, partner organization. So much of information. All of this is relevant to this particular smaller chunks of information, and each one can be controlled separately, which means at a macro level. I will say everybody in a source. For example, if I have an L1 support desk, your HCM support desk, L1 support desk team. Whenever you call the call center up and say that I do not have a compensation or I have some issues with my compensation for the current month of September, probably not receive your pay for this month, or something like that. What will happen is they will go and see all of this information and see whether there is any issue over there, and it is not necessary for the same compensation team to also see the stock options or the reimbursement allowances. Because you could have some reimbursable allowances like an internet or something like a mobile bill or something of that sort, or your commutation elements. All of this could be part of your reinvestment elements, but you can have different teams taking care of different functionalities. So I will have one domain across the board for compensation and subdomains to actually take care of all of these. And the way domains and subdomains are going to work is anybody's guess: inheritance. The same inheritance will also apply in compensation domain and their subdomains across the board for all the subdomains. This is how it works. So if you're going to have any inherited permissions, that is also going to be inherited unless you choose to override it. Clear, the same domain, subdomain. You're going to have inheritance in terms of security privileges as well. Alright, that is number one in terms of whatever domain subdomain is concerned. If I go to the next one, in terms of report fields and everything, I would say this is more related to the reporting section, which we are going to be seeing probably in the next or the following week. So what is the access to all the information that we have as a part of the particular domain, and which field can be accessed by whom? That is what this particular report fields is going to see. Alright, now, the most important thing that we are going to be covering over here is called as domain security policies. Like I said, domain security policy is ideally going to be deciding who can access what information that is available over here. So what I do is first, I've shown you about the domain worker data compensation. Now I'm going across to domain security policy. I just click on this particular lens over here, a magnifying lens that is available over here, and it takes me to the domain security policy. And give me just 1 minute. I'm just going to be going across to one of the screens that we saw yesterday so that you can. I can just probably know I could have a correlation between the two. I'm just going across to the security group which we saw yesterday, which is manager. Alright. Yesterday we saw in detail about all the privileges which the manager is going to have, either at a domain policy level or a business process level, and all the other usages as well. Now ignore the warnings which is there. Now I'm going across to domain policy, and I'm filtering the domain policy called as compensation. Let me put worker compensation, if they have worker data compensation. Alright. Alright, so I'm just putting over here worker data compensation just to show you all of this. Number 1 and number 2, we also have domain security policies inheriting permission, which means worker data compensation is actually, or the other way around. The domain security policies which are going to be inheriting is the worker data compensation manager, and market position details domains is going to be inheriting the permissions from worker data compensation domain, and all of this is part of the functional area called as work or compensation. And this is what I would be. Now what I'm just doing is now I'm going across to the domain security policy worker data compensation, and I'm just going to be filtering it by manager. I'm filtering it by manager. Why I'm filtering it? Because I just want to have both of them shown together over when I clicked on manager. Why is it picking something else? Why is it picking this? Right. Leave it. You know it's not working properly. I don't know why. That filter went a little bit tossy, it wasn't good. They made some changes over here. Same worker data compensation over here. But why is it not coming properly? Just give me 1 second.
Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.